Hello and welcome to the Single African Market Program. This continent of Africa's #1 and the most trusted media platform when it comes to the journey of Africa to integrate its market. Here on this platform, we bring you every information around this particular journey of Africa to integrate its market. And folks, we are almost there. We're almost at the point where the entire continent of Africa will begin commercially meaningful trading, and you can trust this platform. We have made it the past 1 year, bringing you all activities around this journey, and we will continue to do so. On this note, I have to show a lot of appreciation to some individuals who have made this possible. For about a year or so, we have been highlighting everything, all actions coming from the AfCFTA Secretariat. And we owe a big gratitude to the minister who is in charge of trade and industry in Ghana, Honorable Alan Kojo Chemating, for all the support behind bringing you all the information, bringing you all the actions and activities that will let you understand the AfCFTA, how you can take proper advantage of it and be impacted by it positively. We have to show immense appreciation and gratitude to the minister who is in charge of information in Ghana, Honorable Kojo Opon Nkrumah, for the full support that he's given to this particular platform to bring you all the information that you get to know about the AfCFTA on this platform. Also, the UNDP has powered this program, making it possible. The GIZ has been behind this program. The International Chamber of Commerce has actually hosted this program, connecting everybody to the business community around the world. Now, don't forget, the International Chamber of Commerce is the world's association, the world's largest association of business. They have about 45 million businesses across the entire globe, and they are behind this program together with their partners, together with UNECA, providing associations and all of that. We say a lot of appreciations. We extend our appreciations to you for all the support that you have given us thus far. Now, this week, we are dedicating it to the National Coordination Office of the AfCFTA in Ghana. So this is it. We've had a lot of people asking us. We have inquiries. We want to go to the after people. That's how they often say, the after people, to ask them questions. Businesses who call us, businesses who send us a lot of mails and questions here and there. They ask, how do we get answers to our queries? And then we say, go to the National AfCFTA Coordination Office. Then they ask you, which one? Is it the National the AfCFTA Secretariat? Is there any other office? Here is the difference. Today, we want to tell you the difference. There is the AfCFTA Secretariat, which is a continental secretariat, the organ of the African Union, which is situated, the secretariat is situated in Ghana, the capital of Africa. That's a huge edifice that you have been seeing. There is also a national office in Ghana, and as a matter of fact, every country is supposed to have a national office that coordinates AfCFTA within the countries. So whilst the Continental Secretariat, that's the AfCFTA Secretariat located in Ghana, is coordinating all AfCFTA and its implementation activities across the entire continent of Africa, the various national offices are supposed to coordinate the implementation processes within their various countries. They coordinate all the agencies within the countries. This week, we are focusing on them, the National AfCFTA Coordination Office. So that's what you can see behind me. You just walk into that door and you will find everyone who is ready and willing to assist you. Take a listen. The establishment of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA Agreement, marked a historic turn on Africa's journey to self-sufficiency and economic development. Ghana was privileged to be given the pride to host the Continental Secretariat. However, all countries are to have their own national AfCFTA offices that are to ensure their implementation of the Continental Trading Agreement by coordinating the necessary institutions for effective implementations. Already, some countries like Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, and others have very vibrant offices that coordinates the activities of all their national agencies towards the implementation of the AfCFTA. In Ghana, though, the National AfCFTA Coordination Office has been established under the Ministry of Trade and Industry as a central point for coordinating the government of Ghana's strategic and tactical responses to the Africa Continental Free Trade Area AfCFTA agreement. In addition, the NCO serves as a liaison office between the Ministry of Trade and Industry and other stakeholders in Ghana and the AfCFTA Secretariat. The establishment of the national office is also in accordance with the host country's agreement, which requires the host country to appoint a representational office to facilitate the work of the Secretariat with the appropriate authorities and intentional organizations duly accredited within the jurisdiction of the Government of Ghana. The functions of the National AfCFTA Coordination Office include: 1. Securing Ghana's interest under AfCFTA. 2. Coordinate the work of the technical working groups for boosting Ghana's trade with Africa. 3. Implementation of Ghana's national AfCFTA policy framework. 4. Offer support to Ghanaian enterprises. 5. Research and supply market access information to Ghanaian stakeholders. And 6. Coordinate the national agencies whose responsibilities are aligned to the implementation of the AfCFTA within Ghana. Incidentally, Ghana's National AfCFTA Coordination Office is located at the ground floor of the Continental AfCFTA Secretariat, located at the Africa Trade House, Ambassadorial Enclave, Liberia Road, Rage, Accra, Ghana, with its own offices, logos, and facilities distinct from those of the Continental AfCFTA Secretariat. So whilst this is the official logo of the National AfCFTA Coordination Office, this is the logo of the Continental AfCFTA Secretariat. While the Continental Secretariat occupies the top floors of the Africa Trade House, the Ghana National Office is located at the ground floor of the same building. The Continental Secretariat is headed by His Excellency Wamkele Mene, and the National AfCFTA Coordination Office is headed by Dr. Farid Arthur. The National AfCFTA Coordination Office is always pleased to welcome all who wish to know more about the AfCFTA and how Ghana seeks to implement the Continental Trading Agreement. For any further enquiries, you may contact them on Ghana's National AfCFTA Coordination Office, Ground Floor, Africa Trade House, Ambassadorial Enclave, Liberia Road, Rage, Accra, Ghana. You may give them a call on +233 202 480378 or send them an email, info@aftaghana.org. So the National AfCFTA Coordination Office, as you see there, and that's the entrance into the room over there. Anytime you can just walk in there and you have loads of people with smiles who will welcome you and treat you as best as they can, respond to your questions and queries, and whatever you need to know as far as the implementation of the AfCFTA is concerned. Now, the man who is in charge of the Continental Secretariat is His Excellency Wamkele Mene. He coordinates all the actions as far as implementation of the AfCFTA on the continent of Africa is concerned. Now, the man who is in charge of the implementation processes here in Ghana, the commercial and trade hub of the continent of Africa, is Dr. Farid Arthur. That's his office. He's the boss over there. So if you work in there, a lot of people, a lot of advisors, a lot of technical experts and expertise and technical minds will receive you. But the coordinator of that office, the coordinator of the National AfCFTA Coordination Office is Dr. Farid Arthur. This week, I engaged Dr. Farid Arthur about the office, his office, what they do there, and who is welcome there. As a matter of fact, everyone is welcome.
Yeah, we are the national office, the National Coordination Office. You know, when Ghana got the award to host the Secretariat in Ghana, the government set in place what we call the national architecture. This at the top we have the Interministerial Facilitation Committee to boost trade, to control how we work with the AfCFTA to ensure that Ghana can harness the full benefits. Then the next level is the National Steering Committee for Boosting Trade with Africa, which is a steering committee made up of experts in selected areas. Then we have the National Coordination Office. Our office, our main function is one, to ensure that Ghanaian stakeholders are enabled to benefit from our participation.
Okay.
Then secondly, to also become the main liaison between the Ghana government and the Continental Secretariat, which is upstairs.
Yeah.
And then most also importantly, if you observe, the name is a coordination office. We are not an executive body, we coordinate. What it means is that we bring together all the players.
And the agencies.
The agencies, the key agencies that are needed to function cohesively together to ensure that Ghana's participation in the AfCFTA is beneficial.
Okay.
Some of these agencies are GEPA, who are in this building, EXIM is in this building, but we also deal quite closely with customs, we deal with free zones, we deal with GIPC, even with GNPC, and several other agencies. So FDA, SDA, all these are some of the agencies that we work with.
Okay. We just have to get inside and then find out whether anybody who seeks information on AfCFTA can walk into your office and
yes, you're always welcome.
Okay.
It's not a very big office, but at least it's functional.
So I see the National African Continental Free Trade Area Coordination Office, boosting trade with Africa. That's okay.
So that is it.
Okay.
Now this area is our our entrance, and then we have our conference rooms here. The conference rooms, because we have regular meetings with stakeholders, and the stakeholders, come in for various things. We've been holding several bilaterals and other things here,
So I'm an outsider, I'm a trader, I'm a business person, or I'm even a Ghanaian citizen, or even non-Ghanaian citizen.
Yes.
I'm interested in AfCFTA. I want to know about the AfCFTA in Ghana.
Yeah, you come to this office. You come to this office, we are always ready to provide you with all the information you need. And depending on what specifically you want to know, if we feel that you need to go to any of our agencies, then we can direct you to the agencies. What we have done is we have, working with these agencies, we've set up desks at the agencies. We have now
so if you take
19, yes, there's a desk.
Yes,
there's a desk for AfCFTA. You take Food and Drugs Authority, there's a desk for that. You take even GIPC, there's a desk. We have focal points in all these places. You go to customs. So when you come in, we then, if we think we cannot handle it, we then direct you to the appropriate place where you can get help. But we don't even leave it at that. We also follow up. We have a desk here that just does that type of thing. So when we refer you, there is somebody in this office who will follow up to make sure that you have been served and whatever issues that you brought up have been dealt with.
Okay. So is it the case that if any of the agencies, for instance, that you work with, they need information, they can link up with their desk officer to contact you and get that information?
Always in contact.
What about those that are not the regular agencies that you deal with? It could be the banks, it could be anybody.
The banks are also agencies that we deal with.
Directly?
Yes, we have about 16 banks have already set up desks.
Okay.
AfCFTA desks, and from time to time we engage with them. Not long ago we had a session with Stanchart where we met with their clients and other things. So the banks are also a very important constituency for us.
Okay.
Particularly because in order for AfCFTA to work, the Pan-African payment system is a crucial part of this whole process. And the banks are very, very key.
Yeah. Trading requires payments and all of that.
Yeah, the banks are also key in terms of the financial services we provide. and we're trying to work with the banks to try and get them to provide what we call special purpose funding vehicles for trading.
Okay.
Because when you look at the cost of funding in Ghana, it's on the average higher than that of the median African countries. Some of the countries we're dealing with, 11%, 17%, 7%, and so ours is quite high. Yeah. And then also, because of our banking system and how it is structured, the small businessmen, the SMEs that need loans cannot easily provide collateral as they may be required. So we are working with the banks to develop what we call innovative financing products to support the participation in the AfCFTA.
Great. Look, so you have quite a number of offices.
So there's the operations office, and there's our chief operations officer.
Great.
Yes, so.
And these days I have noticed that quite a number of people are making inquiries. People really want to know what's going on. Are you getting that feeling here?
Oh yes, we have a lot of traffic in terms of information, requests for information. Yeah. Yes, and so we are always finding ways and means to try to meet up with the responses, and also, like I said, it is not everything where we can deal with. Sometimes people come and you have to take your time to explain to them that our focus is trading with Africa. Yeah. So even though that is basically our focus, we'll still explain to them in the hope that we may be able to excite them to also, even if that's not the business they brought in. But basically we try to keep our focus on Africa. We don't walk anybody away. We try and sit down and undertake that awareness thing in the hope that even if that is not what you came for, it may open up new ideas for you.
You're good.
Most of the time we are working in the field. And so particularly in the enterprise section, we have what we call the market expansion project. And under this project, we are working with about 211 companies across Ghana in all sectors, SMEs to big ones, and then across to across the country, from the north to the west to east and south and central.
How do you get them? Can any company be selected or be identified?
The initial selection was done with the help of customs, because we needed to identify companies that were already into exports. So we used the customs database to do that. In fact, we are operating with three categories of companies. Those companies that already were exporting to Africa even before AfCFTA came on board. Those are category 1 companies. Then we have also a group of companies that export to the rest of the world but not to Africa. Our rationale is that they have a lot of international trading, global trading experience, marketing experience, and so therefore we want to work with them to orient them towards Africa. Then we have the group of companies, the third group of companies, those ones that are producing for the African market, so they are producing for the Ghanaian market, but some of their goods are good enough to be exported, so we're working with them to improve the quality of goods and other things that we can sell. So far we've ascertained the export readiness of about 100 companies out of the 211, and we are now in the process of certifying the products under the AfCFTA rules of origin criteria. So this is what we've been doing.
Okay, so if there's a company operating in Ghana, for instance, that already you've been exporting and importing, and they are not part of the category of businesses that you are already dealing with, can they request?
Yeah, companies have been requesting, and then also when we find out there are companies, last year when we went for the Pan-African conference, for instance, Pan-African trade fair, for instance, we met with companies from other countries that were trading with companies in Ghana, and we didn't know them, but we took the details, and when we came back we contacted those companies, because then we knew that they had this linkage with other African companies. So people just walk in and we take them on The important thing is if we have to investigate to make sure that the products that you are bringing on board meet the rules of origin criteria. That's the most critical thing. Okay. That the goods are from Africa, either wholly or they have been significantly transformed in Africa, or there's been significant value addition made in Africa or in Ghana, to be more specific in our case.
Okay. A number of African citizens, some who are not even trading, have taken a lot of interest in the AfCFTA. Yeah. Those people, can they just come for inquiries?
They do come always. Okay. Even this morning we've had to talk to quite a few people. They are always here. People who are doing their thesis, they want to have discussions, they want information. They come in and we work with them.
Great.
On the issue of the academia, we also are aware that because this process has started, we need to start growing expertise to start working, to start providing the services that the AfCFTA, the Ghanaians will require to be able to participate effectively in the AfCFTA. So we're already talking to a few academic institutions.
Great.
Yeah, we
have desks and offices over there
to even have programs. So far we've gone quite far with GIMPA. Okay. We're trying to create jointly with GIMPA a center of excellence for trade.
Great.
For international trade that will look more at the AfCFTA. We've had interest expressed from tech, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. We've had interest expressed from UPS. We have had interest expressed from UDS in the north. So, and UDS, we are currently engaged with them. We're having discussions as to how they can, have a program to sort of sensitize and to create awareness training and other things on AfCFTA. Okay. This is our program officer for research.
Great.
Yes.
He's been giving us a lot of responses sometimes.
Yes. So all our serious research, he leads it.
He undertakes.
Yes. So yes, these two gentlemen are mainly with IT and research also. Information, data, and other things. So this is where we process these things. Then we have our lady here, who is in charge of stakeholder management and capacity building. Mr. Divine, that's our program officer for services, and trade and finance. Yes. And then Mr. Jemfi is our senior advisor in capacity building. In capacity building and stakeholder management. Okay. Yes, he comes to the desk with a huge experience internationally.
You look around the entire continent, do you see that other countries have been able to set up well-established offices like what we are seeing in Ghana?
Okay. We've done our best. That's all I can say.
Okay.
I know that other countries have also initiated the same process. Abidjan, La Côte d'Ivoire, for instance, I know that they have an office. I know Kenya has a department, a whole department in the Ministry of Trade. In Kenya. I know Sierra Leone, Liberia are all either in the process of establishing or have established. I know Nigeria has. Last year, we invited our Nigerian counterpart to join us for one of our events, and that was very very insightful. So yes, I know, and then of course we have also been approached by several countries asking us to try and share our model and our experience.
Are you looking at a situation or an opportunity where the various national offices can be talking to each other?
We've met already once. We've met already once.
Great.
Early this year, about 8 officers met under the sponsorship of ECOWAS and the UNECA in La Côte d'Ivoire.
Okay.
And we shared experiences with them.
African countries should stop essentially looking at our little, countries, boundaries, populations, and think of the big market, a big market of 1.2 billion, 1.3 billion people, $3.5 trillion. I always talk about, just think of those numbers and say, how much of that do you want? And that, for me, is the essence of this.
There is a lot of hope for Africa. Our soil is rich in Ghana. We have almost everything. And I believe, not just in Ghana, but across Africa, this is the richest continent in the world. And yet we produce only 2 to 3% of global trade. That's not good enough.
Yeah.
We need to really start working together and working with some of you, because sometimes the story is not that good things are not happening. It's just that we don't know how to tell our stories. And so working with some of you, we hope that we will now have the ability to tell and amplify this story from the African perspective. We are going to spend the coming days undertaking some intensive sensitization and awareness campaigns across the country. Even as we're still looking at the possibility of starting what we call commercially viable and meaningful trading as very soon, and still looking at getting the companies ready, we still need to grow the awareness around this venture. A lot of people have heard about it, but a lot of people don't know what it is about. And it is not only the private sector, even with the government sector sometimes, we go to places and we have to explain exactly what this is. And so we think we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do.
So lots of people have been trooping in that room over there, being received by Dr. Fareed Arthur and his entire team at the National AfCFTA Coordination Office there. And for the past 1 year or so, that office has been very, very busy, because lots of people, businesses, individuals, continue to troop in to know and understand the AfCFTA, so that they don't get surprised when we begin officially the commercially meaningful trading on the continent of Africa. And you can do same. If you have questions around the AfCFTA, please walk in here. Look for Dr. Fareed Arthur or any expert or any technical fellow, and they will guide you as far as AfCFTA implementation in Ghana is concerned. Now, the prayer and the action that are being taken now is to have national offices in every country across Africa. In the coming weeks, we will be bringing you stories from all the national offices across the entire continent of Africa. You can trust that we will definitely bring them to you. So now you know the National AfCFTA Coordination Office of the Republic of Ghana, located just at the ground floor of the AfCFTA Secretariat itself, right opposite the City House. And you can walk in at any time, as you may have heard from Dr. Farid Arthur himself. Walk in at any time, ask all the questions, understand what you need to know. As I always remind you, now this whole AfCFTA is going to affect everybody. You're academic, you're a lecturer somewhere, a lawyer, a doctor, a teacher, a journalist, whoever you are, whether you're a professional or non-professional artisan, you will be affected by the AfCFTA. So you can all walk in and ask questions, know how you will be impacted by it, and then be impacted by it positively. Otherwise, you'll be left behind. Thank you for watching the program. We hope to see you same time next week.
There's a Africa rise and shine. In the name of great Africa, it's a fight and conquer now.